Hello and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be reading a blog that I wrote on how I spent an evening with Jordan B Peterson. Yes, I really did do that, and it's a very misleading title in a way, and it's a little bit clickbaity, so I'm sorry if that's angered anyone. But basically it's when I spent an evening going to see Jordan Peterson in Wembley in London, and yeah, it was a really interesting night, and I just wanted to basically read the blog because it gets down all of my thoughts of how I felt the next day after I had been to that. And of course, if you got anything from this, make sure that you like and subscribe down below. So let's get into it. Title isn't wrong. I really did spend an evening in the presence of Dr. Jordan B Peterson, the author of 12 Rules for Life and Beyond Order. It was an absolute pleasure to have been in the presence of Dr. Jordan B Peterson for a few hours the other night. Me and Amy got to go to one of his lectures that was selling out fast. Now, we managed to get some last minute tickets, which was absolutely fantastic, and I'm so glad we got to go. He entered the stage and the crowd went crazy. They honestly did. Everyone literally stood up out of their chairs and they were giving him a standing ovation. It was mental. Like, I've never seen so much respect for someone, especially on stage. It was crazy to see. I've never seen such a heartwarming greeting from a crowd like I did that evening, which gave massive joy to Jordan as he stood there appreciating every person who stood up to applaud. If you don't know him, Jordan is a profound psychologist who used to teach at Harvard. He has become one of the most outspoken voices of the past few years, where he has gained massive traction for the brain on his shoulders. I've been closely following him for over 3 years now. Now, since the time of writing that, it's probably been about 5 or 6 years now at this time of recording. So Jordan is just one of many people who has helped me to be who I am today. I have been a student of his course and I've taken part in his personality test too, all of which have helped me grow massively by learning the psychology of why we do what we do and understanding my own faults to see where I need to improve myself. Now, you can see that in an upcoming YouTube video. I haven't quite finished the course, but when I do, I'm going to be breaking down all the lectures and what I learned inside each lecture of the course itself. And I spent probably, God, it must have been about £150 roughly, and it's a very interesting course. If you want to do it, make sure you go check out the website. Jordan, if you're watching this as a free endorsement, no one's paying me to say this, I just thought it was really good, and yeah, I'm getting to the end of it now, but a few lectures left, and then I'm going to be puzzling together all the clips that I have and basically breaking down the whole lecture series itself. So make sure that you like and subscribe if you want to see that. Anyway, I have also used the lessons learned to help other people become better too. Jordan's teachings have got me a higher salary, a better education on psychology of who I am, which has made me become consciously aware of who I am, and also being self-aware means that I can see what needs to change in the moment to make everyday decisions better. Now, that's a very important point, because I think without doing his course, without learning from his books, without learning from his videos, all the free content that he puts out every single week, is that if I hadn't have watched any of that, I don't think I would have been the best person that I can be today without his help. And that's so interesting, how we can learn from people on the internet for literally for nothing. And it almost felt to me like I wanted to give back to him, which is why I ended up buying the course. But now I've learned that the course has so much more added value in the course because I've paid for it. It's crazy how I've now grown an extra level just by doing that. And again, I think that's down to a decision to listen to someone, to know that I wasn't completely myself, which is why I needed the self-development in the first place. I also have learnt so much about my own personality, of where I have almost grown into a totally different person, but I'm so consciously aware of all the things that I do on a daily basis. And I think it's so easy to say that you're not doing anything wrong in life. We can always improve. We can always improve on ourselves, and I think that's great when we can see the progression in ourselves from where we were to where we are going to be in the future. Again, let's just get back to it. So quite simply, my life has changed quite dramatically, all because of this man. Whether that's the problems life has brought me over the past 12 months. At the time of writing that, my mum had been diagnosed with cancer, and at this time of recording, she's absolutely fine, and she's been clear for, oh God, it must be nearly 2 years now, so that's crazy. Or the career change that needed to happen for me. Again, my boss was treating me like shit, the colleagues that I used to work with just took the piss, and yeah, I just felt a lot of pressure of where I was. So now I've made that change because of the advice from Jordan Peterson in literally YouTube videos. I have changed my own personality, and I looked for a new opportunity. Within 48 hours I had a respondence from my CV that I sent out because Jordan said to send it out, and he said, don't worry about rejections. If you get rejected 10 times, then it doesn't matter, because on the 11th time you might get something. And guess what? I did. So all of which have been a smooth transaction due to the teachings of Dr. Peterson. This blog post that I'm reading, is to make you aware of the importance of learning and to keep better in your mind, body, spirit and soul. Learning teaches us. Applying the knowledge is what helps us. You never know who sees these posts, but Jordan, if you are watching or if you have read this, then it is with great immense gratitude that I want to thank you for helping with guidance to become 10 times better in the past few years, growing confidence within myself to be able to take hold of the wheel and steer it in the right direction. I genuinely mean that. Jordan, if you're watching this, or Michaela, if you're watching this, then be sure to give it a thumbs up or comment down below just to let me know that you've seen it. It would mean the world to me. How we can look at something like this. We can grow from watching YouTube videos. We can learn. We can have the process of reading books in order to understand a certain point. We can look at things and educate ourselves, like online courses or free video content online. We can use these sorts of things to actually better ourselves, and we don't realise it because a lot of people are literally mindlessly scrolling. They're scrolling on YouTube Shorts, on TikTok, on Instagram Reels, on Facebook Reels. It's that sort of thing where it's small snippets of attention that these videos are getting, yet long form content is actually on a rise now because people want to learn, people want to better themselves, and I think that's great. So I just finished the last of this, so things have become much clearer now to what needs to be done next for me, and with the rest of the mentors that I have, I think that life is about to step up a gear, and I hope yours will too. So a very interesting blog that I wrote straight after, like the day after of actually attending the gig, and I think I learnt so much from it as well, and I hope to be going to his next tour, which I think is coming soon to London, and it'll be interesting to see what I can learn from that, because when we, like I said, when we learn from other people, we can educate ourselves by looking at certain mentors that we want to have in our life, to where we want to replicate the lessons that we learn, or we can learn from their ideologies and their teachings of what they went through personally, and we can learn from those experiences. And it always comes back to that same saying of we're standing on the shoulders of giants, of when we have the lessons from other people, we can then just learn from that quicker rather than making the mistakes ourselves. And that's what I think is important here, of how we can become great. And yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave it, because I've just had another idea for a video of where we can build on our own greatness, and it comes from certain things of what we had to live through to be able to get to that point. But I'll leave that for another video. So if you got anything from this one, make sure that you do like and subscribe down below, and make sure that you're watching out for more new uploads coming very soon to the channel, because there's so many more videos that I've got coming, and I hope that you absolutely love them. So thanks very much for watching, and hopefully catch you on the channel very, very soon in whatever video that may be. Cheers.